Seattle, Washington, a cityscape that is continuously changing, rising and stretching with new growth. But Seattle has a history of changing the landscape, not just with buildings, but with human-engineered, geographical changes, changes that have literally reshaped the lay of the land. In the 1890s, the tide flats of Elliott Bay marked the western edge of Seattle, south of Pioneer Square. In high tide, this land was covered by water. Low tide left soggy mudflats. In either case, they hampered the city's desire for expansion. To make room for the growing city, engineers dug up earth from the base of Beacon Hill and carried it by horse-drawn carts to the waterfront. This soil made part of the land that is now Seattle's industrial district. The north edge of the city was bound by hills, also blocking expansion. Of particular concern was Denny Hill, a 62-block area north of Pine Street. To accommodate the still-growing community, city planners decided to remove the hill. Work began in 1908 and spanned over 20 years. Powerful water hoses were used to wash away the western half of Denny Hill. Many buildings were demolished. Others sat precariously on 100-foot mounds waiting to be lowered to the newly graded land. The eastern half of the hill was leveled years later, using more sophisticated equipment that scooped the earth onto conveyor belts and carried it to the waterfront, where it was floated to the deepest parts of Elliott Bay and dumped. By 1930, Denny Hill was gone. For city engineers, it was a feat never to be duplicated. For historic preservationists, it meant the loss of some of the city's early history. Today, the flattened area is part of Seattle's downtown business district and is still known as the Denny Regrade. Seattle's Lake Union and Lake Washington were connected by another engineering feat that changed the look of the land. In 1911, construction began on the Lake Washington Ship Canal, a waterway that would connect the city's inland lakes with Puget Sound, making the lakes accessible to industrial development. Upon its completion, the Seattle Times reported that the canal was an indication that the dreams of the fathers to make Seattle the New York of the Pacific were about to be realized. Seattle continues to benefit from these bold experiments that reshaped the land and prepared the city's landscape to be the thriving metropolis it is today.